Hello everybody, welcome back to Bedrock Survival with Fix. I've been doing some work, and let me just tell you what happened. I recorded an entire episode, and I cannot explain what happened, but I had absolutely no microphone audio at all. So I was faced with the decision, do I either use the footage I have and kind of talk over it? That never works right. You think it's going to work great, and then you try it, and it doesn't work great. Like, I've done it a few times for like a clip here or there, and it's always, I feel like it's blatantly obvious of what's going on. So, yeah, so we're not going to do it. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you what I did, and then maybe work a little bit more in that section, because here we are, episode 128, and we're starting a new section of town. I know that I put up a poll, and I talked about this a couple times last episode, I think, of where you want me to start after the world tour, and the Under the Mountain Kingdom worked, and I can't get there yet. I can't get there yet because I have to dig it down more, and I have been doing some digging. We're about probably 2 more blocks low, but man, it's very wide, so just to dig 2 blocks down takes a long time. But what I did is I worked on these rivers a good bit. If you notice, this river, where we left off, basically taking all the sand and clay and stuff out of the rivers and making the banks sort of work better. Where I ended that whenever we worked on this little pond area was here. And since then, I have come through and I've done all this river, the entire way. Now, I could show you really fast if I fly, but then it'll be over in like 1 second. And I want to show you how far I did. It's just, I did all along here. There's no sand, no clay, no rock, nothing. It's just dirt. And all the way over here, see, still, maybe it is more impressive than I thought. All the way over, keep going. That's right. Believe it or not, still keep going. And I did this entire lake. Okay, and you can see kind of, there's still some stuff here. This has not been loaded apparently. And yeah, I did the whole lake up till right basically where this lake sort of starts going over that direction. That's where I stopped. But you know, now I haven't dressed up yet. I haven't made it look nice. I haven't added in all the things that you need to add to make lakes look better, but the canvas is ready. So we're good here. Now what I was going to do is I was going to follow this lake, or this river rather. Let me show you where this river goes, because I think it's kind of cool. Get some air out here. Okay. All right. So this lake, if you follow, I keep calling it lake, this river, if you follow it and you keep going and you keep following it, it keeps going. It wraps around here, keeps going. See where it goes? Look, it's super awesome. I know I need to get more height. It goes here and it pours out to the ocean right here back at spawn, which is awesome. It's fantastic. Okay, right. But that being said, that's not where we're working right now. So what I want to do is I want to keep working kind of back in this area. Like, look, see this lake is blah. So we need to work on this area. There's a lot of clay here, thankfully, because I'm going to need a lot for this next build that we're doing. So eventually what we'll do is we'll spend a couple more episodes sort of doing landscaping, doing terraforming, really working on making all of these nature areas look really nice, but we're starting to get there. But you might notice something new, and it's right there. If you're on my Discord, you already saw this because I put up a picture showing the new style I'm working on. I want to work on this kind of area over here. This is right in between our kingdoms. That's the old part. Oh, on the other side of the mountain is the castle. Now, what's cool about this area right here in particular is the mountain completely blocks view of the castle, which I think is actually awesome, because that means when you're here, you don't necessarily think about the medieval castle and all this stuff. The only thing you're going to see from this area is the wizard tower and this farmhouse, and that's it basically. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing because it's going to feel like we're in a totally new part of town. So what did I do? I built this, and this is what I spent the episode building, working on this sort of Tuscan, Italian, Mediterranean style house. I think that's what we're going to build in this little area. And these guys are going to be rose farmers. They're going to be rose farmers here in Tavalin, and I think we're going to use this entire area. Now this area is super cool. This area is awesome because, for one thing, it's right on the water with the mountain in the background. That's freaking fantastic. That's a fantastic spot. Also, they are right here beside this Extreme Hills area, which is also fantastic because this Extreme Hills area is going to turn into something else eventually. I don't know what yet, but it's a nice border, right? The border's like boom. So we could use all of this area from the Tuscan house that I did the entire way back to here and even if we wanted to stretch into the ocean over there. Like, so we have a lot of space. So I'm kind of thinking this becomes sort of a town city all to itself in this sort of Tuscan style, using a lot of sandstone and a lot of clay, or well, brick. Okay, that's gonna be the plan. And all these people are gonna harvest roses. So we're gonna have some big rose fields and all that kind of stuff. These fields over here are run by this farmer over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a way in here coming off the main road, and also a way over there coming off the main road that's going to join up together like they do, and then it's going to head into the main city, right? So I want to have, for, I hate to say defensive purposes, but I want to have this house right here be sort of a gateway in, and that's kind of why I did it this way, and I think it worked really, really well. I think it's super cool. Now, it's not all done. There's no interior yet. We'll get there. This is probably going to be my main sort of staging area for this kingdom. I need your meat and leather. And so, you know, we'll eventually probably put a whole bunch of just chests and stuff in here just so I don't have to constantly go back way over to the castle for spawn and all that kind of stuff. I'm killing all the animals so I can eat. But yeah, this is going to be a really cool spot, and I'm looking forward a lot to building in this area. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to slip into a time lapse where I'm going to go get some colored wool, and I am going to, cut down these trees and lay out the town, basically. Lay out the roads and lay out the town. I think that would be a really, really, really good start in this episode, just to know sort of where we need to get to. I'm going to try something a little different with this town, where I'm going to make all of the houses this style, almost exactly. Like, we'll change the coloring of the windows, and maybe some houses will end up being wood and stuff, but for the most part, I want most of the houses to be this, with the occasional exception. That's going to be the plan. I'm going to see if I like it. I've never built like that. Well, I have actually, but a very long time ago. But I wonder if now, with being a little bit more of an advanced builder now, if I can pull off building with a very, very same palette. Oh man, look at that view. Isn't that going to be amazing? Once I get the snow trickling down the sides here, oh, it's going to be good. All right, so let me get building. I'll see you over in the time lapse. All right, well then, we're not going to do a time lapse. Sorry, this is not a time lapse that you're looking at right this moment. Here's the deal. My second computer, the one I recorded my time lapses on, got a Windows update, and basically nothing works right now, so I'm gonna have to fix that later. I had all intentions of doing a time lapse. I thought it would be cool to do some of these cliffs and lay out the town and all that stuff, but I ran into some situation here that I thought we could maybe discuss this episode, where we're getting ready to start this Tuscan-styled city. I guess, kind of. It's gonna be like a city, right? So I want to play off of these cliffs. I've been thinking about it and how I want to lay this out. I want to play off these cliffs and have more cliffs in this area, like almost all cliffs. So what we're going to do is we'll have a little field down here. This is probably going to be the rose bush section where they're actually growing their rose bushes. And then up here we'll have houses and stuff like that. But then this is the part that I think is going to get really cool. We're going to have two more cliffs. So we'll have another cliff here that goes about halfway up this extreme hills. Then behind it, another cliff that's going to go all the way up to this extreme hills. Let me show you what I'm not a big fan of. These extreme hills, these ones in particular right here, aren't really well generated. Like, they're kind of weird and stuff. So I think I'm going to have to terraform basically all these. So I think what I'll probably end up doing is just building cliff up to the top and then making it a bit of a flatter top to maybe potentially build a Tuscan-styled castle in the style of sort of this house. It could be really cool. I'm not totally sure exactly that we want to go that direction or not. So what I'm going to do at least is going to build up a cliff, and I started it over there. You can see just along there is the beginning of this cliff. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that all the way up to the top of this. Then this one back here again halfway, and this one here maybe one more block, maybe two, but I think it's a pretty decent height. And that way I can have houses here, houses up there, and maybe potentially like a sort of Tuscan styled castle up there, which I think could be really cool. You know, our friend Germsy Boy built a Tuscan styled castle, and I really just think it was really cool looking and really interesting. And I don't want to copy that style exactly, but I think that maybe taking some elements of this and kind of working a castle idea, I think could be really fun. So it's something I want to explore and have a bit of fun with anyway. So here's what I'm going to do. Since we can't do a time lapse, unfortunately, right now until I get things situated, I'm going to try to work out these cliffs. If I can just get these cliffs done today, I'm going to take that as a big, big win. This house, sort of establishing the style and these cliffs and the landscaping, that way then we can build up a city later, right? And then think about what's going to go up there in a little bit. So let me get to work. I'm getting pretty tired. I'll admit it's about 11:30 at night, and I'm pretty beat right now, but I'm going to try to work for at least another hour and get these cliffs all kind of set up. By the way, I am an idiot. I put Fortune 3 on my axe. I meant to put looting if it takes. I'm not sure if axes take looting, but I meant to put looting, and I blew it. I blew it. I put Fortune instead. I wanted looting because I'm killing all these animals and all these cows here. And since I don't carry a sword anymore, this is like my primary attack. And so I wanted looting, and I went over and anyway, so I blew it. I blew it. I blew it. Sorry. I have to make a decision here. Boy, this episode is taking such a hard turn. I really thought we were going to be laying out a town and starting to build some of this sort of Tuscan Mediterranean style, but instead we're not at all. I mean, hey, we got one house, but I've really moved into deciding that we're going to do this entire little area right here is going to be sort of a custom mini biome, if you will. And it's going to be all about cliffs and plateaus. And I think that's going to be super cool. It's going to be a bit of a grind. We're going to have to take care of some things. So I have basically some different cliff areas set up. I have one down there, I have one over here, one over there, and then one in the very top. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring over some beacons eventually, not today, but eventually I'm going to bring over a couple beacons, and I'm going to shave off most of these and sort of flatten them a little bit. Reason being, I'm going to want to build up there. And whenever I build up there, I don't want the builds to in any way rival the height of the mountain. Right? I want them to be quite a bit lower. And you can see this peak right over here. It's lower than the mountain, but it's a little too high for that. So if you can see the top of the cliff right there, I think that's going to be roughly the top of these extreme hills right here. I think they're called mountains now in Minecraft, but these are not mountains if you look at them. So the next and final thing I want to do with today's episode is I'm going to bring in some grass. I'm going to do a little bit of manicuring sort of around the edges here. I'm going to fill in that entire area over there with some grass. And I think then we should be good next time to actually lay out a little bit of this. I guess I'm going to call it a kingdom. I don't know. It's still part of this whole place, but yeah, cool. All right, then, we are finally done with this little project. And yeah, I got to do a lot of decorating, but I think that the main bulk of this little biome area is all set up. So let's fly up here real nice and take a good look at it. So, yeah. This is going to be really nice, I think. I think maybe I want to do cliffs around, like, on the water and stuff like that, but I'm going to wait. This water goes actually out to the ocean, so I'm going to wait a little bit and see how that feels. But yeah, I really like it. So who knows what we're going to do next, whether we're going to build out houses or lay out the houses like I thought I was going to do today, or work on a rose bush field, or I don't know what, but today, this is a lot of grind, and we got some really nice cliffs. 3 really nice, actually 4 kind of nice cliffs, because we have this one, that one, and the one way up there. So good work, me. Okay, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.